Alright guys, I've got a video update of my game, Colony Vessel 124. This is the game load screen. You've seen this before. I've been working on graphics and implementing basic logic and trying to get some things to start working. So let's go ahead and dive in here and take a look at what I've been doing. Alright, so I've done some work here to the bridge. I've worked on the heads-up display. Basically what happens when you come to the bridge after you click play at the start screen, you come to the bridge and the ship AI, which probably not keeping this image, but it's working for now. So anyway, the ship's computer explains that the mothership was damaged in a meteor storm, and she had to scan to find a suitable planet somewhere you guys could park your colony ship and set up shop. I'm not going to get into the whole storyline now, but you can sort of see where I'm going with this. So the AI wakes up the bridge crew, the captain and the bridge crew, from cryosleep, and explains that she's parked the mothership near a habitable planet, and there's plenty of resource asteroids and planets in the area, and that you have a 2 resource collector vehicles and a small scout ship to start cultivating this part of this galaxy. So after you leave the bridge, you come to the hangar. This is the hangar. I don't have a lot of controls in here right now. Just down here in the bottom, you can access the bridge, the research facility, the construction deck. The planet view button is here, but the planet view is not accessible yet. And from here you can also exit the hangar and go into the galaxy view. So let's just jump back to the bridge, just so you can sort of see what the bridge looks like without the text. Same thing. You have access to the hangar, the research facility, the construction deck, and the planet view you will have access to from here when it's available, but as for right now it's not. Okay, so let's first go to the research facility. Now, same thing, you have access to the other portions of the ship. Now, you have one research up here, which this is just bare bones functionality on this. It's going to have a resource cost, and it's also, as you get into more researches, there's going to be a prerequisite research that's going to be required before you are able to do this research or that, according to what you're trying to do. Right now it doesn't. You can just basically click it and it goes through a 10-second cycle, and then lets you know that the research has been completed. What this first research does, the Ionides collection research level 1, gives you a small increase in your Ionides collection, which you've not actually started yet. Okay, so now we've been to the bridge. Let's go to the construction bay. And in the construction bay, you have an option to build a research collector drone. This is also going to be required to have a certain amount of resources and potentially some research that's going to be required before you can build this. But for right now, you can just build it, and it just gives a text confirmation right now that you're building the drone, and then when the drone's completed. And then it also lets you know that it's transporting the drone to the launch location. So that's really all you can do in the construction bay right now, but I've got plans for like a whole lot more in here. Okay, now the planet view is not accessible, so let's go back to the hangar and let's go out into the galaxy view. Now, when you get into the galaxy view, you can see I've done some stuff out here. First off, there's a heads-up display. According to this, it says use the resource collector ships to begin harvesting resources from nearby asteroids. Arrow keys to move up, down is backwards, right and left. Press H to toggle the command interface. Use your mouse cursor to select and start operations and fly directly into the hangar to access the mothership. So we're going to start by pressing H and toggle this HUD down, and we're going to fly around a little bit and see what's going on. You can see that I've been adding some stuff to the galaxy view. Now if you come just right over here from the mothership, I have these two asteroids that are here for you to scan. So click to scan, and you can see that they appear to be scanning. This one says ironides found, calling resource collector. This one says silicon found, calling resource collector. They have two resource collectors, and right now there's two asteroids. So if we come back over here by our resource collectors, you can see that they're in motion. These are not high-tech ships, and they're very slow. They're worker drone sort of cargo ships, and they're automated, at least for the time being. But they're going to go out and they're going to park themselves on these asteroids and start collecting resources for you. Now if you look on your heads-up display, you can see at the top you have ironides, silicon, graphite, and hydrogen. Those are going to be the four main things that you need to collect in this galaxy to make stuff happen. Okay, so while the collection ships are cruising over to their respective spots, so let's go up here and see what's going on. Remember that drone research we did? Well, we built our drone and they brought it to the launch spot. This is it right here. So if you click the drone to activate, just click it, and the drone is pre-programmed to fly out just out from the mothership and collect graphite from out here in the asteroid fields. So he'll go do that. There'll be several drones, and there will be some other types of drones, and oh, look at that! There's a alien warship that's not supposed to be here yet. There'll be some more types of drones, and they're mostly automated, but the drones are just like the smallest thing you can make. So let's go over here to the planet and look. Now you can't do anything with the planet right now. It doesn't do anything yet, and there's another moon down here. There's actually 3 moons on this planet. Now I've only got these two set up. If you hover your cursor over the planet, your command interface comes up and it gives you some information about the moons. These are moons, actually. There's 3 of them. But if you hover your cursor, you'll get some information in the command interface. There you go. You'll get some information in the command interface about these. Actually, I should probably make it so they click would be better. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, we've already set up collecting silicates, and we're already collecting. You can see that our text changes. Everything is actually working quite nicely. Once you collect 100, then the mining operation stabilizes, and this text here displays collecting silicon and collecting ironides, and it keeps a running count. But if you click your heads-up display, you can see that you've got a running count also in your heads-up display. So you can look here and always see how much resources you've collected. The amount of resources you collect right now is not very much, but as you continue to do research and build bigger equipment, bigger ships and things to be able to use to do that stuff, you'll be able to greatly increase your intake. Okay, so let's see, that's pretty much it. That's the bulk of what I've got. Also, you can see your collector drone is out here working in the asteroid fields, so that's cool. And if you pull up, you can see that you've collected 132, 133, 134 graphite. So that'll increase too as you do research on your drones and build bigger, better equipment. So the only thing I've got left is you see these ships flying around, these alien warships. They don't really do anything yet, but they're a prelude to what's to come. When you run onto these, you go into a black hole screen that I made, and it just right now says epic battles with aliens coming soon. This is going to be a one-on-one battle screen, and there's going to be like I've got a time limit for you to be in there. There's going to be like power-ups, and you'll have like I'm not exactly sure how I'm setting it up. I've got a couple of ideas about the battle system. I'm not completely decided yet, but it's going to be a 1 versus 1 sort of NPC versus player battle, and there's going to be several different elements. But I'm not really going to give away any more than that just right now. So this is what I've been working on. Actually, I've worked round the clock on it like the last day or so. So if I sound a little tired, that's why. I've put in some details. I've added some artwork, some other artwork to the mothership. I've put some little flame animation on our player character. I've got the resource collectors where they actually fly out to the asteroids. The drone is working. The basic resource collection logic is in place. So all I have to do is duplicate it for more collection episodes. Now, another thing that I didn't mention is you're going to be able to harvest these moons. These moons each carry a resource. You're going to be able to harvest them, but you're going to need to build a platform, and that's going to take research and resources, probably lots of them. So that's just some stuff to come. You're going to have to build a space station outside of this planet, and you're going to put it like over here, sort of opposite the moons. It's going to be a transition point for you to be able to transport stuff to the planet, because the ships that you have right now aren't capable of going to the planet's surface. So you have to build equipment to be able to get to the planet's surface, if that makes sense. And once you do that, then you'll be able to start colonizing the planet, and that is where the planet view here, the planet view, which isn't accessible yet, comes into play. So I hope you guys like what I'm doing. If you see anything, or you have any advice or any comments or just anything at all that you want to share with me, just let me know in the comments. I'm really getting into this game. I really see a lot of cool stuff happening. I'm just actually not sure how far this software can take me. So this has been a really big learning experience for me, and I feel like I learned a lot already. So I'm going to keep moving on with this game, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.